Perform a U-turn.
Hey!
You just got wrecked.
No, I'm okay.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So today is Thursday. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having an awesome week so far. Having a look at what is going on, Bitcoin is up only 1.76% today, but hey, we're up. As you can see, the altcoins are still really struggling, most of them in mild red today, but it has been quite a boring 24 hours. We had a really exciting beginning of the month, explosive September 1st, and now we are just sort of riding along support. But I could tell I've already lost some of you out there. Some people are saying, K-Dub, how could you possibly put that introduction with that girl getting into the car accident? That was not funny. You should not use that for cheap laughs. Well, guys, just so you know, it's a fake. So yeah, basically, I don't know what it is right here. This is the video of these guys doing it behind the scenes. See, they're flipping the car. It's all controlled. It's just fake news. There's a lot of fake news out there. So I don't know what this was for. I don't know if it was for like texting and driving or whatever, but be careful of fake news and don't crypto and drive, guys. Don't crypto and drive. But seriously, how many of you got fooled by that though? First time I ever saw that, I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. So anyway, getting back to Bitcoin, you can see right here, we put in this top around $10,525 we wicked, and then we pulled back down, and currently that has actually been acting as the support. So we're going to talk about that moving forward. Oh, before we even get into the video, guys, I want to let you know, Bybit is now doing another promotion again. So if you guys want, if you deposit 0.2 BTC, you will get $110, but check this. They're also going to do it for a lower tier, so if you deposit 0.1, you get $60. And just to let you guys know, this only works if you use the referral link below. And also, anyone that's used my link and you haven't deposited, it's fine if you signed up like a month ago. Doesn't matter. They'll still honor it. And even if you did the original one and you want to deposit 0.2 and get the 120, well, they will honor that as well, okay? Just a friendly reminder, wanted to let you guys know that. Obviously, be safe out there, all right? Don't be using 25, 50, 100x getting liquidated, okay? But I did want to point that out. But also, before we get into the rest of the video, there's one particular key level that I've been looking at for quite some time, and I'm convinced that if Bitcoin smashes this level, we are going to go full on parabolic, and it's actually not 20K, which is probably what a lot of you guys are thinking. I want to talk about that, and I want to show you proof why we are definitely in the beginning of a massive parabolic uptrend for Bitcoin, despite, small fluctuations here and there. And I also want to show you something very, very, let's just say, conveniently coincidental that is happening exactly around the same time that BACT is launching. If that sounds good to you, you know what to do. Also, if this is your first time checking out the Crypto Zombie channel and you're not subscribed, well, we do this every single day, so definitely have a look. Now, currently, you could see Bitcoin dominance is around 71%. This is crazy. This is over on CoinMarketCap, and currently, a lot of these other altcoins are in the red. And in fact, if we switch it to the Bitcoin comparative, you could see even more are in the red. There's only a very few that are actually up today, especially on the front page. You have Energi up 9%, Steam 6%, Engine, Monero, Ethereum Classic, Wax, Nexos, Solve, Komodo, and that is pretty much it compared to the Bitcoin comparative. So moving over here, having a look, you can see the Bitcoin dominance just keeps pushing higher and higher. We're now at 73.4% according to TradingView, which is what I like to look at specifically. You are noticing real 10 volume is below $1 billion. So the lower the volume goes, the more we can have these big moves, right? Because there's less liquidity. Also, you are noticing some sells across the board. And currently the longs are slightly ahead, but not by much. So take that with a grain of salt. Now, having a look at this descending channel that we had, we did fall into the danger zone and we were starting to panic for a little bit, but we instantly pulled back up. And in fact, you could see we were even rejected right here by the resistance. So this is how you can obviously play those longs and shorts, support resistance. They give us good key indicators. Obviously right here was a bit of a bear trap, right? That's what a lot of people are saying, but you could see according to Philb, he says Bitcoin continues to consolidate above 10K. A lot of people are hoping to get their bids filled below 9K. A lot of Bitcoin bears, right? But the market rarely gets what it wants. And he says, I wouldn't be surprised if they are forced to buy higher. But let's see what happens with the launch of Backed. Now, stay with me because I have something very interesting to show you in regards to Backed in just a second. But yeah, I mean, usually when everyone is bearish and everyone thinks we're going to go down, well, that's when the smart money will buy, right? Or they'll pump the price, right? Or manipulate the futures, whatever the heck they do, right? So that being said, having a look, you can see right here, it has been a little bit of an indecisive past 2 days, sort of putting in these dojis right here. They call this actually a spinning top because, it has the really thick middle with the two wicks. So it's kind of like, a spinning top, or some people even just refer to it as the Darth Maul wick, for obvious reasons, but basically that's the situation. So we have a very undecisive day today in the markets. Quite boring if you ask me. So you can see we had this pump right here, September 1st. And currently I do think we are starting to have a little bit of a wedge consolidation. We have been respecting this trend. Obviously the line that we've really been supported on is around that $10,430, $10,500 level. I spoke about this blue box region. If we get down to $10,250, then we'll get, we'll start talking about it again. Currently we are still sitting above the 50 moving average. We had that little bear trap. Volume is still declining overall, which is not necessarily the greatest thing. We are sitting above the EMA ribbon. Not much has changed since yesterday, but this is what I wanted to talk about. Now, having a look at this little curve that we've had that the wicks have been supporting on this downwards trend, you could see that we are looking for a breakout sometime literally around September 23rd to September 26th, and conveniently, well, would you look at that, that is exactly when Backed is launching. You can't make this stuff up, guys. We are looking for a massive, and I'm talking like the big move, the move maybe even all the way up to 15,000. Or if you are, if you're a bear, then we're going to go a lot lower. But either way, that big move looks like it's coming relatively close. And you can see right here, the 21 exponential is actually sitting well above 9,000. It's about $9,118 currently. So even if we were to fall out of this little curve that we're in, we would most likely be supported by the 21 exponential. As you can see, it has held us pretty much above this entire, pump that we had since April 1st. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Let me know. What do you guys think? What are you expecting on the day of Backed? Are you expecting massive pump? Are you expecting massive dump? Or are you expecting nothing? Personally, I'm expecting a move because we're getting to the end of the wedge right here. So there's got to be some kind of move. Plus, don't forget, decreasing volume. Okay, we're looking for something explosive, right? Having a look right here, though, we can extend it out a little bit farther. There is also this point mid-October, currently sitting above this $10,200 level. So not much to say here, but once again, guys, across the board, volume is decreasing. That's sort of the key takeaway here. We do have CME futures gaps. We have the one at 8,500. We have this newly formed one that would go down to 9,700, which I do believe we could actually close that one. And then we have another gap up here at around 11,700. That goes up to 11,900. But yesterday's poll, the majority of you said that you don't think gaps need to get filled. So we probably don't need to continue talking about this. But I do want to point out something that was signaled to me on the market cipher indicator. And this was actually back on August 29th, literally just a few days before the massive pump. And I was waiting for a second indicator. I wanted to get a second green dot, kind of like the ones that we got back here for this pump or even back here. But we never got it. But that being said, if you guys happen to put it along, man, you guys really made a killing on that. So it gave the indicator signal back here. And if you had sold, that would have been a 15%. So yeah, I mean, if you were to put in like a 3X or a 5X, you probably made a pretty nice penny on that. If you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, this is Market Cipher Indicator. I'll drop a link below if you guys, or above if you guys haven't seen the video for that. But, this is basically why I believe we're in the early stages of a bull market. And I'm going to refer back to this tweet, which I liked and retweeted back on June 20th. And, it still pretty much holds still today. So this is by The Real VJ over on Twitter. And I want to just reiterate why I personally believe that we are in the beginning of a massive bull market. Now, you can see, let me just kind of get out of here and we'll just go to some visuals. So bull markets start off relatively slow because of an overwhelming of potential supply. Firstly, some who bought at higher prices in the prior cycle are looking to be made whole so they can escape their positions, plus whales who wish they had cashed in near the top. But before it's clear the bull market has begun, there is a period of steady accumulation as weak hands are liquidated and replaced by strong hands who have long-term conviction in the value of Bitcoin. So in a bear market, good news doesn't matter at all. Every rally is sold off and hopes are pitilessly crushed. The bull market, on the other hand, is the total opposite. Bad news no longer matters, and every dip is met with eager buyers who are looking for suitable entry points into Bitcoin. Once the prior all-time high is breached, there is no longer an overhang of supply. The price is free to run wild in an open field. This is when Bitcoin's price appreciation begins to accelerate a pace. Now, I'm going to actually show you my level in just a second, what I think needs to get breached. I don't necessarily think it's the all-time high, but yeah. Anyway, getting back to this. So you can see that Bitcoin's price action is parabolic in nature during a bull market. This means that much of the price appreciation happens in a short time window at the end of the bull market. For example, the last $5,000 of appreciation in the previous bull market happened in just a matter of days. Very short window to really get in on these gains. So there will be several moments during the bull market where major corrections will be mistakenly called tops. Several prominent commentators made this mistake of calling tops for Bitcoin around $5,000, $9,000, and even $15,000 last bull run. But the most important thing to remember is that very few people correctly anticipate how high the market will go, and most will be shocked by the final peak. This is the bull market when Bitcoin achieves geopolitical significance, so everyone will be watching. The feeding frenzy may be like nothing we have ever seen before, and even though this tweet is months old, I still think it holds true today. Let me know, do you think we are in the beginning of a parabolic bull trend, or do you think that this is just a correction in a giant bear market and we are heading down to lower lows? I don't personally think that, but let me know, guys. Parabolic Trav, as you can see, the next break over 14K, shit's gonna get crazy. You know that, right? 20K will be a foregone conclusion. Then people will be thinking 30K. We're still in the shadow of 20K and doubt still exists. Now, why is he saying 40K? Well, this is the level I was talking about. You can see right here, this is the monthly close, and that was actually at $13,859. And the reason that I say that this is more important than the all-time high, especially short-term for price movement, is because this is exactly where we wicked out when we topped in our current high this year in June when we hit that $13,800 level, right? We didn't quite get to 14K. We did on futures. We did not on spot market. So that's why, for me, this is the most important level. This is what we need to keep our eyes on. And also for everybody worried about the price action, also look, we've been putting in higher lows, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Even on our down month where we had a very not so good month, we still put in a higher low. So that being said, we are still in a bull trend in my perspective. And according to Wilson, in the past, when Bitcoin rises, the dollar value of altcoins increase with it. This means that I am still bullish on altcoins. I think many of them will continue to rise as Bitcoin does over the next months. Well, I agree. It may rise in USD value, but here's the thing. If Bitcoin is pumping 5%, and your coin is pumping 4%, great, you're up. And you've even made money dollar value. But you haven't made as much as you could have if you were in Bitcoin. You're missing out on that extra 1%, right? And I'm just using 1% as an example. It could even be higher than that, right? And currently, we are noticing that we are still having this parabolic downtrend of altcoins. Look, we tried to pump yesterday, and as we got closer to the resistance, we just started dumping again. And as you can see, altcoins as a whole are currently in the red. There are some in the green, but the majority of the top ones are seeing pretty much red across the board, right? So that's that situation. And one other thing I wanted to mention too, don't forget, yes, the altcoins have the biggest potential for upside. Like if you've been accumulating, unfortunately, over the past few months, you've probably been losing a lot of money. I'm sorry if that's been the case. I've tried my best to basically promote Bitcoin as much as I can on this channel because I noticed that Bitcoin is where, the dominance is. It's where the eyes are at. But also, just look at these all-time highs right here. You can see Bitcoin is down 47%. Look at most of these other altcoins. And I'm not talking about ones recently. There's a few in here like Chainlink and Binance that have done well. But for the most part, look at this, okay? You have the majority of them are down over 80%, right? 88%, 93%, 93, 83, 45 is Binance, 86 EOS, 48 is Bitcoin SV. They had that kind of, little pump earlier, but 85%, 94, 97, 95, 34%, that's Huobi token, 85, 95, 90, 96, 59%, that's Chainlink, okay, 95% for Neo. So guys, I think you can kind of see my point here. The altcoins are very, very far from their all-time highs, and some people are wondering if they ever will get to their all-time highs again. Well, Josh Rager says the next altcoin boom will probably be led by new tech assets not available on exchanges yet. People are going to want to buy into those newer, hotter cryptocurrencies. He mentions Hedera Hashgraph, NuCypher, Polkadot, right? He says, my focus in the future of trading altcoins will be more on these types of assets and less about majority of the current altcoins, especially altcoins out of the top 200. So let me know, what do you guys think? Do you think those older coins will have a chance to pump, the ones that were really popular back in the day, back in 2017, 2018? Or do you think it's going to be time for these new altcoins to shine and the other ones are going to struggle? I'm curious what you think below, but looking at some of the other highs that we had seen, I don't see some of these coins getting back to some of these levels. I mean, some of these coins were so unbelievably overvalued in late 2017. There was just no way to justify that valuation for some of these projects. But anyway, getting back onto Bitcoin, because that does seem to be the topic, right? I do want to just mention that the CEO of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, he says that he does prefer Bitcoin. People were saying, are you going to be looking to make like a Twitter coin? He says, no, we're not going to be making a Twitter coin. He does prefer the concept of Bitcoin over any other project. And for him, Bitcoin is still king. Interestingly enough, you still hear a lot of people saying the old, well, Bitcoin uses too much power. It's a waste of energy, right? Well, check this out. Data from aggregator Statista shows that despite more computing power has been dedicated to Bitcoin mining, in fact, just yesterday, we hit an all-time high for hash rate on the network. Well, according to this chart, energy consumption as of this July was 69.7 terawatt hours per year. Here's something interesting. Around this exact time last year, it was up to 71.12, and the hash rate was almost 60% lower than what it is today. So if that's not incredible, I don't know what is. They actually say a study in June found that 3/4 of Bitcoin mining activity is powered by renewable energy sources. They are starting to move. You're seeing, wind and hydro and all these other things, right? Solar even. Hardware manufacturers have further sought to develop new devices with greater capabilities and lower demands. For example, Bitmain's 7nm Antminer, which just debuted last December. Now let's talk about some fundamental news and let's get on out of here, guys. So Samsung is releasing a new edition of its Galaxy Note 10 smartphone that will come with a pre-installed cryptocurrency wallet. This is going to be sold starting today in South Korea, and the new edition's hardware specifications won't differ from the existing Galaxy Note 10, but obviously comes with a blockchain app and crypto wallet, and buyers of the Clayton phones will also get it doesn't say how much, but you're going to get some of the native currency Clay token. So there you go. You get some free cryptocurrency when you buy the Samsung as well. Also, just wanted to kind of mention this. I think this is a joke, but so BG Araji, I might have said your name wrong, or might have said his name wrong, says, I'm going to start a petition for Ripple to use more XRP. Use the shit out of it. Invest in more companies. Acquire board seats. Give it to more colleges. Free those XRP. And I think this is a little bit of a cynical response to sort of Brad Garlinghouse saying about, releasing it for utility and stuff like that. Now, you've also seen this one, change.org. Ripple must increase the dumping of XRP. This is a race towards mass adoption, et cetera, et cetera. They already have 231 people signed out of 500. So essentially, you could see basically in 2018, Ripple made $500 million by dumping their XRP, yet the token price is still at its lowest point in over 20 months. Just yesterday, Ripple moved a further $500 million XRP out of its escrow wallet. So while some have joined in with this satirical nature of the calls, others have taken them at face value, urging against encouraging Ripple to expand their ecosystem. One mirthful commentator suggests that it was a shame that Ripple were limiting the dumping to just $1 billion. He said, damn you, Ripple, for being so transparent, organized, ethical, and just all-around awesome business brainiacs. At time, the stop dumping petition actually has 3,223. So let me know what you think about that. I mean, I do think that I think it's a joke. Some people are taking it seriously, but let me know what you guys think about that below. Also, Energi scam alert. This is from the Energy Defense. Now, they discovered this website that's acting as an upcoming ICO, deceptively claiming to be Energi Plus. They say that it's amateurly thrown together. It mimics Energy's use of the .world domain suffix. Please be aware that they are not affiliated with this website. So I just want to let you guys know, do not get involved with Energi Plus. It is a scam. It is not affiliated with Energi. Please be safe out there, guys, okay? Also, on some good news, Franklin Templeton Investments, a global investment fund with nearly $700 billion in assets, that's like more than the entire market cap of Bitcoin multiple times over, has filed a preliminary prospectus with the SEC. Basically, they're going to tokenize shares on Stellar. That's interesting. The fund will invest at least 99.5% of its assets under management in government securities, cash, and repurchase agreements. But here's the interesting thing. The filing also notes that the funds will not invest in cryptocurrencies. Now, you got to take what you can, right? You got to take what you can. Unfortunately, we do have Burundi's. I'm not even really too familiar with this country. Burundi's central bank has completely banned crypto trading in the country, specifically mentioning Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a handful of other countries, cryptocurrencies. The East African nation is also warning that strong measures could be taken against traders who flout the ban. It's unfortunate to see countries doing this. I mean, you know, you're only going to get left behind. The central bank also noted that some Burundians had reportedly lost money trading virtual currencies, but other African countries, for example, you have the Central Bank of Rwanda currently looking at the possibility of launching their own digital currency. So, yeah, some are going to get left behind in the dust and others are going to prosper, right? Ending on a good note today. So we have K-pop, right? SM Entertainment, which is one of Korea's 3 top pop talent agencies, is planning to build their own blockchain network with a native cryptocurrency as it battles a shareholder revolt. Well, that's not good. But anyway, they say that the company is aiming to develop a blockchain network that would allow fans to be more engaged with the entertainment system by investing in artists' work through the cryptocurrencies. The director provided few specifics about the tech, but said the firm aims to make use of the concepts of both public and private blockchains and is currently talking to potential partners to build their network. And I think that's it for me today, guys. So thank you so much once again for coming back to the channel. Friendly reminder, I just want to let you guys know that they are doing this Bybit thing. However, the promotion is only if you use the link below, okay? You can't sign up on your own. So if you guys are interested and you do want to get that bonus, either the $60 or the $120 bonus, you have to use the link below, or you could just manually enter it if you want, but I think it's way easier to just click it. So that being said, obviously, guys, be safe out there. I do appreciate all the support. Obviously, you don't have to use the link, guys. It does help support the channel. But first and foremost, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. You guys are the reason that I do this every single day. Seriously, I personally do believe this is just the beginning. I do think we are setting up for a massive, massive bull run like the world has never seen before. Will there be some turmoil and some tough times and some more 40% pullbacks along the way? Absolutely. It's Bitcoin, but I think you know where this rocket ship is headed, and I am more than honored and happy to be taking this journey with you. So thank you so much. Also, forgot to mention, guys, I know it's a little late in the video,